Get your hands together for my man, Alden Never. Oh, you next? It said Alden and then cross it out and then said Never.
Oh, that's what he did?
Yeah. It says 9, it says Alden, and it says Devin on the same thing. Y'all not a team?
No, but go on.
It's
somebody!
Well, thank you. That hesitant jump up here that caught in between. I'm all Devin from now on. Yeah. To change that on my birth certificate. Hello, how you doing tonight? Alright, so like you said, well actually let me, first things first. Give it up for your host, wherever he is. And for you guys for coming out. So like you said, my name is Alden, but women usually call me not him. Except for my girlfriend, of course. You know, in fact, I was having a conversation the other day, and somebody asked me, like, what animal does your girl remind you of? One guy said a parrot, she's so colorful. Guy said, well, I love her red hair, so I'll think of an orangutan. I thought of a clam. They gave me weird looks. And they're like, why? Why? Because all she does is this. Plus she smells like fish and she's a bottom feeder. And then they asked, like, what career does she remind you of? Some guy said, well, masseuse, because she always gives massages. Or nurse, because she always makes sure I get my vitamins and exercise. And I said a ventriloquist, and they were like, oh, because of this? I was like, no, because every time I stick my fist up her ass is when she talks the most. I'm over there trying to be romantic. She's talking about how her mom stole money from her so she could buy blow. And I was like, that's ironically a downer right now. Anybody who's making fun of me secretly right now, jokes on you, I don't have a girlfriend. So I am from Tennessee originally. I came out here because it's a childhood ambition to be a comedian. I was like 8 or 9 years old. And when I worked out there, I worked there with this guy named Mike Perry. And he was one of my inspirations to be a comedian. Like to go for my goal. He's so talented. We used to play games like, all right, I'll even tell you this joke and it'll lead up to more examples of what I'm going to say, what I'm talking about. Like, what you guys don't know is you're all unpaid therapists right now. Which is weird, because like, if you break down the word therapist, it becomes the rapist. Which that's something that's already been proven by other people. I didn't come up with that, but I came up with this on top of it. When you use that same logic to break down therapy session, it becomes the rapey session. I mean, I don't know if women who go in there with male therapists have to learn how to say fire mentally, or if they get like a mental rape whistle. And I have a weird way of looking at things. Like rape, if you break that down, it becomes G, rape. But I used to make fun of a bunch of words. Like we would say in a sentence a word instead of determined, we say determine. Or instead of perishable, we call it parasable. And there was actually one night I was driving to work at FedEx in Memphis, and a car pulled up right next to me and was keeping pace with me, and a window went down. The brittle-toothed prostitute asked me if I wanted to have a good time.
Brittle tooth.
Yeah, a little brittle tooth. Because where I came from is not different from where I live now. I moved to Lancaster originally, and it's one Meth city to the next. Except this was a unique situation out of all the places I've ever been. So what I thought was, there's no way I'm going to hook up with this chick without a condom. But what I did was, I felt really bad about it after it happened. So then I felt really good because I felt bad before. So then I was like, this is what it's like to be Catholic.
No. That's funny.
Yeah, I did grow up religious, but it wasn't really for me. I was more spiritual growing up, and spiritual to the point of When I moisturize my skin or masturbate, I use coconut oil. And actually, I just masturbated for the first time ever before coming up on stage. Now, does anybody in the crowd believe me? Now, yell bullshit if you don't believe me.
Bullshit!
Okay, but for the sake of this joke, it's the truth. And when I did, I finished into a particular type of beer bottle so I could justifiably say, if anybody asks me, do you masturbate, say, once in a blue moon? And I also, like, people will come up to me, they'll ask me, what does it take to be a comedian? Like, name something I should work on. It's timing.
Oh,
It's like everybody says timing. Okay? But here, let me explain. Let's say you're young, old enough to go to jail, and be in the shower room. You don't want to be immature and be like, oh, I bet you this will make them laugh. This will get on their good side. Hey, look, everybody, I dropped the soap. However, if somebody took advantage of that hypothetical situation, I hope to say something along the lines of, keep the tip.
Oh, shit.
Now, I've never had gay sex, but I have envisioned a scenario where I would go out and maybe a spaceship would pick me up, abduct me. And that way I can say, well, I didn't have, like, they probed me, so I know what it feels like, but it wasn't consensual. The thing is, I'm not gay, but I have sex with a woman wearing a Johnny Depp mask. However, the sex is never as rough as this marriage was. Too soon? No, the verdict's out. I can say that. I mean, the thing is, I am on the spectrum. Not the rainbow spectrum, like autism. At least I think so. It's actually pretty cool because, like, where I'm from in Tennessee, just above is Kentucky. You know who's from Kentucky? Most people don't know. It's Johnny Depp. No joke. I think he's the only famous person. I mean, maybe him and Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Now, is anybody in the crowd smoke weed?
Yeah!
Same here. I only really did it maybe 10 times before moving to California. But this place, I wouldn't say it corrupted me, and that's what some people would say. But no, it opened me up. But it's cool. Now I know the lingo. Like when somebody says something about a roach, now I know what it means. But I'm glad I know now. But in the past, I learned the hard way what it isn't when I found out. I found out the hard way what it isn't. Because the bugs move around too much when you try to light them. And I make sure to be cultured, especially like with blunts. It's cool to see like flavored blunts, watermelon, strawberry. Because when I was in a white household, by stereotype, all our blunts were plain. But I make sure to be cultured, like I said. Like, see the skin, throw a moisturizer against the white stereotype? Because we're supposed to have dry skin, apparently. But that sucks because, like, I'm not really religious, but I plan on being cremated, which means I put all this effort into keeping moisturized. I'll still eventually be permanently ashy. He saw what I did. I was like, I saw him. Oh, and it's great to be cultured. And I mean the real kind of culture, too. Like, some people be like, oh, I'm cultured. I play Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, fuck.
And then there's these blindly PC people like that. Like, I'll say, let's go to Black Angus, Red Lobster. Like, no, I won't go there. I don't see Coke.
Red Lobster.
And I hate how PC this world is. The other day, I had to order a pizza with Caucasian cheese on it.
Oh.
And they asked, you want that crackered or Middle Eastern?
Oh.
I said Middle Eastern, and then the oven almost exploded.
Oh, fuck.
I was so upset. I went to go listen to a song. I thought the Beatles song, my favorite Beatles song, but I couldn't find it. I did find it technically, but it was named something different. It was called Asian Submarine.
Oh.
So I was still depressed. I got the pizza. They fixed the oven and everything. Went right along. But I got home and I African Americaned out on some Modelo Africano.
Oh shit.
So I feel like these are landing. I like this. It's good when things land, except for on 9/11.
Oh shit.
It's not too soon, is it? It's 22 years.
Right.
So it's no joke. I'm one of 4 boys, but I was the first one who started hitting puberty like at my age. Like 2 older brothers and 1 younger. I was the only one who really grew like chest hair, and I started facial hair at 13. I don't know if my if the hospital room I was born in had like a working microwave as I was being born, or my mom had an affair with Chewbacca. Which, by the way, Chewbacca, his entire costume is made out of camel hair, which means he has 10 camel toes.
Fuck.
I told him that joke. He's like,
Oh shit.
I tell one joke, a short story, close out.
Fuck it.
Sound good? You like it so far?
Yeah.
Like, here's another Star Wars joke. And I do these jokes to see who the nerds are in the crowd. Like, Yoda, he's all wise, all knowing, all powerful. He still can't ride a roller coaster.
No.
So in my mind, he and Danny DeVito are off to the side inviting tall people to limbo parties.
Oh shit.
Stick to him. Funny that was. Alright, so here's a couple of short stories and then I'll close it out. This is literally 11 words long. I used to hate foot fungus, then it grew on me.
Oh.
Then here's another little anecdote. So this couple back and forth, fighting, arguing, bickering, just going in a downward spiral. This guy woke up, he's like, you know what, it's our anniversary today, I'm gonna try. So we went and got anniversary lobsters and a whole bunch of other stuff, cleaned up the house, and she got home, he was so excited because he wanted to show her, but she threw those anniversary lobsters at his head because earlier that day she found out he also gave her crabs.
Oh.
But while he was out, he got cocktail sauce.
Oh. Oh shit.
Okay, I know this close out that they've heard this a handful of times, but I'll go ahead and say it because we got some new faces in here. We've all heard of Queen, right? Freddie Mercury, great band, great lead singer.
Oh yeah.
He's also bisexual.
Yeah.
And he was great to me and most people, but to people just casual music fans, he was just good. So to those people, he was a good bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
One more time. Give it up. For the one-liner king of the night, Alden.